The key didn't turn. 19 hours of blood-soaked gloves, flatline alarms, and cracked ribs under my hands, and still I stood on the porch like a stranger. My fingers trembled, but not from fatigue. The kind of tremble you get when something doesn't feel like an accident. I jiddled the lock again. Nothing. Then I heard them, laughing, behind the door. My wife's sisters, all three. The smug cadence of practiced cruelty. The door cracked open 2 inches, just enough for a sneer to slide through. "Pay us $26,000 and we'll let you in," the oldest one said. "My sisters need a vacation." A pause. Then her voice, soft, sweet, and rotted through. "I told you, baby," she called out, not even bothering to come to the door. "It's just money. You work so much, you'll make it back." The click of wine glasses. Laughter again. I smiled, said, "Understood." Then I turned and walked down the steps. I didn't slam the gate. I didn't curse or beg. Just silence. Because silence is the sharpest blade. The hospital was quieter at 3 a.m. ICU monitors humming like lullabies for the dying. I sat in the staff lounge, her voice echoing behind my eyes. "It's just money. They need a vacation." But something had been off for months. A delay when she answered, that nervous twitch in her smile. She'd flinch if I touched her after work. Her body was there, but she hadn't been in our home for weeks. She floated above it, like a guest too polite to admit she was bored. I used to think it was burnout, mine or hers, didn't matter. I blamed the long hours, the missed dinners, the silence. But now the key didn't work. And 3 women I never trusted were laughing in my house, like they already owned it. I thought about the money. 26,000. Too specific to be random, not enough to be arbitrary. It wasn't a joke, it was a ransom. And my wife wasn't the hostage. She was the executioner. I started small. She didn't notice the extra login on her laptop. She didn't realize our joint account had been mirrored. She kept using her usual passwords. Love is trust, and trust is predictable. Every day I watched her pretend. She'd kiss my cheek like a wife in a commercial, then vanish into the guest room to call her sister. The camera I installed saw more than I ever wanted. They weren't talking about vacation. They were plotting. Deposits, withdrawals, hidden cash apps under fake names, transfers to an account linked to a man she never mentioned. Elliot. I didn't know his face, but I didn't need to. His name on that transaction history told me everything. Not just betrayal, intent. She wasn't leaving me. She was replacing me. And I, fool that I am, had funded the whole damn show. In the hospital cafeteria, I sipped black coffee and traced the pattern. She'd been skimming cash for nearly 10 months. I'd find $10 missing here, 5 there, always chalked it up to error. But it was strategy, slowly draining a man so he'd never feel the bleed. I requested the DNA test on a whim. Our daughter, 7 years old. My son, my silence. But when the results came, I didn't open them, not yet. Some truths deserve ceremony. The envelope was heavy, thicker than I expected. 2 pieces of paper, but they might as well have been stone. I left it unopened on the kitchen counter, sat across from her, watched her smile over pasta she didn't cook. "You've been quiet lately," she said, twirling noodles like a child. "I'm just tired." She nodded, bored. I slid the envelope forward. She glanced at it, then back at me. "What's that?" Truth. She opened it with perfectly manicured fingers. I saw the moment her heart stopped. Just a flicker in the corner of her eye. Then she laughed. Too high, too quick. "This is ridiculous." I said nothing. "You think what? That she's not yours?" Still, I said nothing. "DNA tests aren't perfect," she whispered. I let that hang in the air. Not yours? Not a flinch? She cracked first, eyes glassed, hands shaking. But I was calm. I didn't sleep that night. I just packed. Her suitcase, her sister's. I changed the locks, called the bank, froze the accounts, made one final transaction. $26,000 to her sister's accounts, every cent down to the dollar, marked as goodbye. Then I left one letter, not addressed, no dear, no sincerely. Just a message typed on my hospital letterhead. You built your future on my exhaustion. You spent my body, my time, my love. Now you owe nothing, and own even less. I slid it under the new door and waited. At 8:02 a.m., she screamed. The kind of scream that peels skin from bone. The kind that makes neighbors run without grabbing shoes. I didn't watch. I just sat on the hood of my car across the street, coffee in hand, watching birds scatter. She called 52 times, texted, "I can explain, we can fix this, please just talk to me." But silence is a scalpel. It carves cleaner than rage. I drove to work, no music, just the road. I saved a life that day, then 2, then 3, but no one saved mine. That was the difference. She thought I'd break. I didn't. I adjusted. A man can rebuild after anything, except a lie he loved. I didn't lose my home. I left a house that had already emptied itself of truth. The final message I sent her was 4 words. Test results don't lie, but people do.